All right, now remember, we said we would pick this up today. We wanted to read your short story.
I'll go get the book right now.
Yeah. I don't know whether you know this or not, Too Cute, but Dave fancied himself a writer in his high school days. And he was, what was his job as assistant editor?
Yeah, he was the editor of the poetry magazine.
Yeah.
Which means, what, basically he was the only one running
it? Yeah, it doesn't seem like,
A lot of his own poems in there.
Now, we tried to get through one of his stories yesterday, but we ran out of time. It's a story called Jack Donovan. Now, Jack Donovan, a fictional character that you made up, right?
Yeah. He's a conglomeration of many personalities of the world of life, and it's a story about life and loss, I think, is the way I try to describe it.
Now, you wrote this in 11th grade, right?
I think, yes, 11th grade, you're right.
And at that point, you thought of yourself as a poet, fiction writer. Who was some of the people you admired at that age?
At that age, Hemingway was a big one. The guy who wrote Catcher in the Rye, whose name escapes, J.D. Salinger, was a big one. And I loved Edgar Allan Poe. So I think it's sort of a combination of those three. Only it's not a horror story, so it's not Edgar Allan Poe in any way, and it's not actually very good like Hemingway, so maybe it's more J.D. Salinger-esque.
J.D. Allen Hemingway.
Yeah, because his stuff was awful. All right, here we go. Jack Donovan. There's no justice out there, just mice and raspberry-flavored Pop-Tarts. Jack Donovan. So it starts with a quote. And is this supposed to be like a tough guy quote, Dave?
The quote is supposed to be symbolic of the bigger picture, which is Jack Donovan.
Okay. Amidst the stories and articles I've written in the past. He starts with amidst, because amidst the stories and articles I've written in the past, I've never written a biographical story until now. The day the heavens opened, the day Raleigh Valerie tap danced, the day I met Jack Donovan. Jack Donovan, 63-year-old man, rumored to be out of a small town in New Hampshire. A man in my town is a mystery to all who populate it.
Yeah.
I was walking alone one Saturday evening around 6 after a hard day of yard work, bad barbecuing, and serious wiffle ball playing with some of the cousins. It had been a brutal day. Mosquitoes as relentless as Roger Ebert on a buffet table had ravaged and plundered my skin. Everything from my shins to my nose. They didn't get my ears. I was wearing my ear muffins.
Ear muffins.
Wait a second. Johnny liked the Roger Ebert poetry line.
But did you mean that to be funny?
No, that's the sad thing. It's total drama.
It's supposed to be tough guy, like Roger Ebert on a buffet.
My little cousin, who I swear Aunt Edna had called Lucifer, decided to catapult a tablespoon of ketchup in my general direction. Lucifer said he was really aiming for my other cousin, his brother, Kevin.
Lucifer and Kevin?
Oh, man. I got confused. I got confused one line into this. Nonetheless, the bomb of Heinz had hit me right above the left eye. Quite truthfully, it was a good shot. And I didn't know whether to be annoyed or proud of the tyke.
I'm only like 16. Tyke. I called him Tyke.
Regardless, I had enough. I know only one mission now. Escape. I covered myself in mud from head to toe.
It's a barbecue.
It's fucking terrible.
You know how you escape a barbecue? Bye. I'm going home.
I covered myself in mud from head to toe. And after stopping first to take out my Uncle Charlie, who was standing post at Seaboard.
What? I probably just watched The Great Escape. I was like huge into that movie in high school. I guarantee you that was on my mind.
I slipped away like a banana peel on ice.
These are the worst fucking analogies I've ever heard.
That is really slippery. A banana peel slippery, ice is slippery. You combine them both, it's fucking slippery.
The great thing is, like, if you tried to write bad, you couldn't write this bad.
Yeah. Like Roger Ebert on a banana peel.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I was free. I took off the ski mask. That I...
Why ear muffins and a ski mask at a fucking barbecue?
Yes, I was free. I took off the ski mask that I had mounted on my head before my meeting with river mud. And chucked it into the bushes. You're seriously insane.
River mud? Is that a Native American guy?
No, that's...
I actually don't even know what that
means. You had mud all over you. You put mud from head to toe.
Oh.
A couple lines of
river mud. Okay. It couldn't quite... God, it sucks.
It's your story.
It's terrible.
It's fucking insane. Then I ran away from my house. I got about 3 blocks away when I saw him. It was Jack Donovan. He had been living in Spring Lake for 12 years. Give or take an egg.
Oh, God.
What does that mean, Mike Hammer?
Give or take an egg.
Well, eggs usually come in dozens. Thought that was pretty clever.
Wow. I would never have figured that out.
No, that one was completely lost on me.
I guess it wasn't that clever.
Give or take an egg, but catching a glimpse of him was like catching a glimpse of Halley's Comet. Bigfoot, St. Nick's, and the everlasting, all-powerful being itself all rolled into one.
Bigfoot God.
I searched for my 007 Spy Tech mini camera that was disguised as a Snickers bar to take a shot at him, but I came up empty.
I appreciate the product placement in this. Between the Heinz ketchup and the Snickers bar.
Now, this is 100% real, published. Did the kids say anything to you about this? Did anyone say you're a weird guy?
My friends seem to like it a lot, so that's why it got published. Sure. You know, it got published because people encouraged me to. But then again, maybe they got a big laugh at it behind my back. I don't know.
Damn, I thought, where's Marcus Brody when you need him?
Indiana Jones reference.
Never mind. Just keep walking. I'm sure he knows I'm on to him. Just stay calm and cool. Hey, boy. Yes, you, boy. Come here. Come here, boy. I ain't gonna bite you. He had spoken. Jack Donovan, rumored to have been the ex-presidential aide.
From New Hampshire?
Rumored to have been a German war expert. Rumored to have a golden collie named Gus.
The worst.
Had spoke.
What a resume. Did he snap his fingers at you?
Not only had he spoken, he had tried to communicate with me.
Which is speaking in the human language.
This couldn't be happening. It wasn't true. I got something to show you, boy. Come here. I was frightened. Don't get me wrong, this man had more rumors and gossip spreading about him than most movie stars did. More than most members of the British royal family did. Hell, he had more gossip going around than most British royal movies. Oh, what the fuck?
Does that include the vicious rumor about him owning a dog?
What the fuck?
That really mean-spirited gossip?
I gotta tell you, that's the first line I actually liked. That was kind of funny on purpose. I think you knew right then you were going for a joke. And most of it was bad. The kind of gossip that actually makes your gums bleed.
Ow.
Still, I was incredibly interested in him. So I walked up to him on the porch.
Now this music doesn't sound so good with the story.
Very sexy. Come inside, boy. That's it. Come on. What? I followed him inside.
Wait, come inside what?
His ass. Oh.
Like house.
Oh, okay.
House.
I thought you were fucking.
No,
That was another metaphor.
I thought for sure you were fucking.
His dick was as slippery as a banana on ice.
And gums are bleeding. Everything is very, very sexual here. This isn't a story. It's a cry for help.
Covered in mud?
Screaming. Yeah, it's covered in mud. Shit.
Bleeding gums.
Yeah. I followed him inside. Oh, what was I doing? This was crazier than dressing up as Wilford Brimley at an oatmeal convention.
No sense.
I was headed for certain doom. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only help.
Oh, God. The Lucasfilm references in this one.
Jack Donovan pulled back a purple curtain, revealing dead bodies. No, wait. It wasn't a mass of human corpses after all.
That's probably the worst thing you could possibly do as a writer. What's that mean? He revealed that. No, wait. It wasn't that.
No, I was wrong.
It was an elaborate setup of oil paintings. And what paintings? Bob Ross never made art like this.
That was your reference to a great artist?
No, let me take it all the way through. You got to stay with us. And what paintings? Bob Ross never made art like this, Mommy. Beautiful colors, breathtaking scenery. Why did you say Mommy in there?
That's no idea. It's really scary, actually.
It's so hideous. This was flat-out genius. Screw Van Gogh. Leonardo Schmiamardo. I had seen art, and its name was Jack Donovan.
Maybe it was Art Donovan.
All this from a Croatian chess player, or whatever the hell he was rumored to be.
Is that the end?
No. I've seen you walk past my house before, he said, staring up at the clouds. Like I did when I was younger.
He stared at his own house.
I thought you might like to see some of these paintings. Like was an understatement. This was art. Beautiful art. And I had never even liked art before. Looney Tunes were good enough for me. But there I was, in the middle of all this great art, in the presence of mysterious Jack Donovan, feeling blessed. B-L-E-S-T. Blessed. That's when it hit me. I don't know why, but it did. A true enigma, I tell you. Whether it was stirring the motions or whatever, I vomited all over Jack Donovan. I mean, right on him. I shrieked in horror. Surely he would eat me for breakfast now.
What does any of this mean? I feel so high.
This is Jack Donovan, a story in 11th grade by our own Eastside Dave.
I was taking lots of acid at this point.
Don't worry, boy. It's an old shirt. Anyway, I'll be right back. He's going to go get his chainsaw. He'd get a pack of 30-pound rats and let them devour me alive. He came back in the room. He was wearing a new shirt. It was nice. It was blue and had a lemon scent to it. He was holding something behind his back. He took it out and showed it to me. It was incredible. It was majestic. Unfortunately, I can't truly describe to you what this looked like. I'll make a feeble attempt to put this into words, but bear with me. Take the most enchanting object that you'll ever lay your eyes on, whether it be the Grand Canyon, an amazing sunset, or a half-pound of Swedish fish, multiply it by infinity. A poor description, yes, but that's how I felt. This was it. This was beauty. Sounds like you've just seen Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Exactly. No, seriously, how did you know?
How could I fucking not?
Because the opening of the briefcase.
Yes, you fucking ripped it off and put it in your school thing.
I'm hearing it now. I ripped off like Stand By Me, Indiana Jones, James Bond, and now Pulp Fiction.
You're surprised that you were no good now, looking back on it?
I really thought that short story was, quite literate for such a young age.
Take it, he said. I saw you walking, and I thought it would be perfect for you. Thank you, I said. I took it. I walked out of his house, wanting to go back. I felt he should have kept it for that moment only.
What?
By the time I returned to his magical house, his sister Missy had moved in and told me he had passed away. I was upset.
Oh, Missy.
I was torn, like urchins by a sea otter.
Now I'm ripping off National Geographic.
Yes, but it should be sea urchins. If you just say urchins, that means orphans who were devoured by a sea otter. You have to put the word sea urchin in it.
All right. Little tiny mishap.
I was upset. I was torn, like urchins by a sea otter. But then I remembered what he gave me, what I still hold to this day, and I smiled. And I haven't stopped smiling since.
Thank you.
I want to give this to a therapist because something awful happened to you, and you're attempting to tell the world what happened at some man's house.
They should call that primal scream.
What some man gave you that you can't describe and yet made you spit back up all over him. And that didn't even make him mad.
I better think about some therapy.
Something that makes you glow even to this day.
Jism?
Yes, there you go. Thank you very much.
Jism Donovan.
Here's Rick. Rick, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ron?
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Huge fan, by the way.
Thanks.
How do you spell the word blessed again?
B-L-E-S-T. Blessed.
No, blessed is spelled B-L-E-S-S-E-D.
Not in his Catholic school that he went to, his all-boys Catholic school, where you think
Punch
that
out,
word
man.
would come up quite a bit.
Well, blessed, B-L-E-S-S-E-D, but blessed, like, hey, I've been blessed. Isn't that B-L-E-S-T or no?
Yeah, because you just throw the T in. You just chuck a T in.
It sounds
there.
like crest,
Yeah.
so.
Here is Bill. Bill, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, is Dave's short story going to be published as a NAMBLA pamphlet later?
It almost seems with why kids have to keep talking with their parents at all time. That they're just walking home from school. An elderly man sees them, invites him into the house, shows him something beautiful.
Well, I was almost kidnapped in second grade, so maybe this short story was me thinking about that near.
What happened there?
I was walking home.
The redheaded kidnapper of 1987?
No, I was out at the park too late, and I'm walking home, and the guy in a black minivan asked me to help him find his dog.
Was she a great big fat redheaded girl? Yeah, the old help me find the dog trick.
Yeah, my puppy's lost.
So what happened?
I just booked. I just
You
went
took
right
off out of
through
there?
the bushes. Yeah,
Yeah.
went through every neighbor's yard. And again, maybe the combination of that and I was taking vast amounts of LSD in junior
Second grade?
year. No, junior year of high school.
We all tripped, Dave. It's not a big deal. We didn't write this kind of shit.
And don't you think, as a writer, it wouldn't it have been more exciting, if, let's say, the purple curtain, the large purple drapes, were pulled back, and you thought you saw a row of portraits, and it turned out to be dead bodies?
Oh.
Wouldn't that have been the way to go
Ooh.
instead of just the opposite?
Or maybe with one of the portraits was like a portrait of me, and he had never seen me before, because he was blind.
All right, let me ask you this. You start this with a quote.
Yeah.
There's no justice out there, just mice and raspberry-flavored Pop-Tarts, Jack Donovan. That doesn't tie in at all during the entire course of the story.
Well, I think it was supposed to show that the story is going to have a surreal edge to it, so why not write a surreal quote to kickstart the work?
Was a raspberry Pop-Tart the beautiful thing he gave you at the end?
See? That's the possibility.
He gave me a video of Pulp Fiction.
Just like Pulp Fiction.
Dave, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Eastside, you are a version of a literary abortion. You sound like your writing's been more inspired by Dr. Seuss than Edgar Allan Poe. Man, just shut the hell up.
I am a fan of Dr. Seuss, so that's not an insult to me. I find him to be a genius. I actually don't think that work is that much of an abortion. You know,
You think it was good?
If it gets punched up here, there after Fez's comment, I think I do have the ending. If Jack Donovan is blind, and then he opens up the curtain, and if one of the portraits is of me, and he never would have seen me in real life, how would he know what I look like? That would be a great ending. And thank you, Mr. W. I'm going to punch it up.
I don't remember hearing that Jack Donovan was blind in this whole thing.
But, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to change it to Jack Donovan being blind. And I'll make him even more miraculous that he's a painter.
Don't associate me with any of that.
Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, are you guys sure you got the right dummy in the bucket out front?
You know, I was wondering if it was going to actually be Roberto, is what Jack Donovan gave him.
That's not a bucket. That's a puppet tank, please, that Roberto's attempting to do Drowned Alive in.
How's everything going right now with David Blaine? I haven't heard a lot about it in the last 24 hours or so.
I know that I'm trying to think of who I saw went to go see him. A couple of more celebrities stopped by. Colin Farrell went in the middle of the night to go see him. And then somebody else went about 1 a.m.
Yeah, I want to know every celebrity that shows up there.
I actually heard an interesting theory. I don't believe it at all, but the theory is that the tank is a sphere, it's a globe, because they're using a computer generation of David Blaine in there, that he's not actually in there. You couldn't 3D project him into a flat, fish tank, so they needed a round thing in order
You've seen 3D stuff, and it's not as good as what you're seeing, though.
Yeah, I mean...
the guy's in there.
It looked very real. When I was 2 feet away, well, Roberto was 2 feet away from him, and it looked very real.
Right.
But that's an interesting theory.
It's crazy talk. We don't have that kind of technology right now. Even in Star Wars, remember how they kept glittering in and out? It never really holds.
Well, so you say, Mr. B.
You've ever seen Star Wars? Apparently from your work you have. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope.
There was no reason for that.
Against Darth Donovan.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, I love you guys' show. You guys are the reason I listen to 202, not that other show.
All right, I'm not going to sit here and let people run down.
Okay. Hey, listen. I have a question for East Side Dave.
Yes, Dave. Is that your name?
Why are you so fucking stupid?
Oh, I don't understand that at all. Artistic, maybe. Yeah. If that's what you're equating with stupid, then because it's in.
Dave, did you end up getting a college degree?
Yes, I did.
What major?
Television, radio. Communications, maybe.
Right.
Concentration in TV and radio.
And what did that entail?
That entailed taking radio courses, having your own radio show, a talk show that I dabbled in, I think you heard one time.
Yeah, it was awful. It was as bad as this. It was as bad as the Jack Donovan.
I mean, you got to admit, Dave, that the only reason that short story got published in any sort of high school thing is because you were on the staff.
There's a possibility.
I'm sure nobody else turned it in. This was the 90s. There was an all-boys school. When, like at any other school, this thing's going to be filled with smart girls.
Right.
An all-boys school, it means the whole school is as dumb as gym class. Just think of how dumb gym class is, and that's any all-boys school.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. It's kind of like Dead Poets Society, though. I mean, there was a lot of bright people there. I think that work holds up to the other works in the
I'm sure it does.
Magazine.
And you went to a dumb gym class for 4 years. There's no doubt about it. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Gym classes, and that's any all-boys school. Hello?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to say that he should be a fucking poster child for an anti-drug ad. I think that work holds up to them.
They're hard on you, Dave. I'm not going to lie to you. The reviews are coming in. They're not as good as we wanted them to be.
I wouldn't do drugs anymore. I certainly wouldn't.
What's the last time you did any drugs?
Well, I occasionally smoked the pot, but I mean, that's not a real...
That's not a real drug.
That's like once every... No, it's like 3 years or something like that.
When's the last time you smoked? Over the weekend?
No.
Solera and Alki?
Absolutely not.
Down in the basement?
No. I would say about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, not at all.
But
you pretty much quit.
Yeah, 21 or so was when I just said no more of the...
What about you, Johnny?
This weekend, boss, I'm going to probably quit.
But you love the weed?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah.
How often are you smoking?
Whenever I can,
Every second of the day?
Whenever you have it.
You ever come to work high?
Nah, never.
Why not?
Earl says you have to give 110% for the show, so...
Nice, Earl.
Can't come in high.
What if you can give 110? Why, you're high?
If I could, I'd do it,
You know who smoked a lot of pot? Carlos Santana. Look at him. Top of his game. Too cute. You're not into the drug thing at all anymore, are you, darling?
No.
Good.
Nope.
All straight stuff?
Oh, yeah.
She's a rock climber, though, Fez.
I had no idea.
She sent me stuff. She was climbing up sheets of ice. Impossible to get to the top. She's climbing there.
That would be ice climbing, actually, wouldn't it? Not rock climbing.
I guess, well, isn't there a rock underneath the ice?
Oh, well, sometimes.
I consider that still rock.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's frozen rock.
How high up are you going?
4 feet. She's 4 feet up.
Not for me.
What's the highest let me ask you this. With your climbing, could you ever climb up the building into here, 5 stories?
Possibly.
I would love to do that stunt if we can pull it off. Where it's like Batman, where Too Cute and Fez are climbing up the side of it just like Batman.
How did I become Robin in that?
And I'll stick my head out and I'll say something funny as you guys are going by.
With a pair of scissors.
Yeah, we'll videotape it, though, like the old Batman. Dave, write it up. You're going to be the scriptwriter for the show
All
right
now. This is.
Have you ever tried to write, like, a comedy bit?
A comedy bit?
Yeah. Why don't you write one up and Fez and I will do it?
Oh, God.
On the air.
I have, though, one comedy bit.
What is it?
I'd rather... maybe do it after work or something like that.
What's he talking about?
I have no idea. He's lost me here.
Do you have a piece that you've written now?
Yeah.
A script ready to go?
Yeah, but
what's it about?
Real. I mean, people who name drop, and
So there's 2 characters playing?
Yes.
All right, go do it. Me and Fez will do it on the air. What are you upset about?
Oh, because I wanted you. Well, because originally I would wanted you to maybe take a look at it and say,
when you ever give me stuff, this is what I normally do. And I don't even look at it, I throw it over my shoulder. This is the opportunity.
That was the Jack Donovan story. You just crumbled.
I cannot believe how stupid the school must have been. It had to be the dumbest school ever.
Yeah, just retard school, where everybody gets a diploma.